pumpkins, skeletons, ghosts. There are many things that I love about Halloween, but on this channel we speak about VTubers. And I just got some horror VTubers, more comedian VTubers, some smaller VTubers, and even those who just debuted this month. So let's start and explore some VTubers that you can watch this Halloween. First, let's dive into the horror side, and except for some movies, horror games could be one of the best activities. I actually think they're far ahead of the movies, both in quality and horror level. So if you're afraid of playing on your own or just enjoy watching VTubers playing horror games, Layna Lazar will be a good choice for you. I've already mentioned her as the most famous VTuber from New Zealand, but I just can't avoid mentioning her in today's video. Her whole channel is mostly devoted to horror games, and just take a look at her model. It matches the Halloween mood and even has its true form that sometimes might be scarier than the game she's playing, which is a nice detail for a horror VTuber. Her model has a lot of thoughts put into it, since Layna has a chronic disease, which requires her to get blood transfusions, and her model represents that with blood bags and other details. Now from a modern horror, let's switch to something more classic. And except ghosts and skeletons, what could be a better match for Halloween than vampires? And I've prepared one just for you, PPslayer. She might not be a classic vampire in terms of design with her bright hair and personality, but look at her new model, red eyes, grey hair and a jester head. Amazing vampire design that matches the Halloween so well. In my opinion, she might be a true representation of a modern vampire, especially considering that she is Romanian. Just look at that picture. She literally looks like she was in What We Do in the Shadows movie. You would never know that I made this picture in Photoshop if I never told you. She is a variety streamer with all types of content, and she is very active both on her channel and other social media. You can find many posts on her Twitter, exclusive content on her YouTube and TikTok, and when it comes to her streams on Twitch, she really does all of the things there, playing games, reacting to some videos, drawing, drinking and some other activities as well. So if you decide to spend this Halloween on her stream, you'll definitely get a good dose of entertainment. But what if you want something less intense than horror games and chairs? In such case, let's take a look at the next VTuber on the list, Chikafuji Lisa. I was thinking on how to introduce her to you, and this was my first impression of her. Her design, personality, content and even the way she speaks create a feeling of a quiet, cozy and calm VTuber, but I guess she has some chairs about her as well. She even has a warning on her wiki page that tells you to be careful, because despite her sweet look, she tends to scream without reason. Wow, that's the first time in my life that I've seen something like that. I've never heard such comments even about Ollie, who managed to scare me on her debut. But it actually matches Lisa's story quite well. She may look cute, but she's an embodiment of bad dreams and loves sharing nightmares with her viewers. But if you ask me, her content is worth the risks. Her channel is very fun and diverse, with ASMR, IRL and gaming streams, and she has a lot of music on her channel. That's how I found her, and I really recommend you to check some of those. Both the voice and visuals are so good. And if you catch some nightmares in the process, well, her music or ASMR streams could be helpful, but if it doesn't help, it's not a big deal. Since one event at the beginning of this year, nightmares are no longer a problem, because now we've got a solution to them, and the name of this solution is Nimi Nightmare. How is she connected to Halloween? Well, I don't know when it happened, but I believe that nurses have some Halloween vibe about them, maybe due to Silent Hill, some other games or different types of media. I have no idea, honestly, but what I know is that I'll gladly include Nimi in any video if she matches the theme. She is a gamer VTuber and has a variety of different games on her streams, but in addition to that, she has some very creative and original content, like a casual 2-hour walk in the night forest. You can think anything, but that's just the perfect content for Halloween, maybe even better than some horror games. And if you think it might be boring, you are totally wrong. Nimi is a professional yapper, and it's always pleasant to listen to her, no matter the topic. Her talking is already enough to cure nightmares, but if it doesn't help, she has her special pipe, which absorbs them. I actually love Nimi's lore details, there are so many of them and they are so funny and match her design, personality and activities. Now, when we've discussed some big names, let's switch the focus a little bit and take a look at VTubers who just debuted this month. And of course, they should also match the Halloween theme. For that reason, let's start with AxiPomd. She's a witch bunny VTuber which already matches the Halloween pretty good. And in addition to that, she's debuting on 28th of October. Or rather debuted, since this video will be posted a few days later. I found AxiPomd on TikTok, and her content there is really nice, funny and of a high quality. The same goes for her streams on Twitch. You can already find some clips that show her creativity, and I love the selection of games as well as how she adapts her model to the game she is playing right now. The last thing I'll mention is that she is the one who designed and rigged her model, and the result is amazing. Both the visuals and animations are very pleasant. So even though her debut was a few days ago, I still recommend you checking out her channel. But if you want to watch somebody's debut live, you still have a chance to visit the next VTuber, Cosmi. She's debuting on 31st of October, so yeah, you have a chance to do it only if you are watching my video the same day as it was posted. What else can I say about her? Honestly, not that much. She is already streaming on Twitch, but her real model will be revealed only during her debut. It brings a good intrigue and mystery around her debut, but I bet it's hard for an indie VTuber to promote their debut without revealing the model. Looking at her post on Twitter, I have a feeling that the vibes are matching the Halloween mood. And come on, how can I miss the VTuber who is debuting on the 31st of October? So if taking part in the debut feels like a good Halloween activity for you, you can join her. I leave the links or tag all the VTubers in the description of this video, so you can find her there as well. Up next we have one more VTuber whom I found through covers of Millie songs. Runie has a beautiful voice, many musical covers, but today we've gathered here for some horrors and spooky things. So don't get distracted by ASMR videos and her singing skills. Runie is an evil person who lately plays a lot of evil games. I'd even say Resident Evil games, with some evil challenges. Okay, I guess it's enough and even maybe a little bit too much. Runie has many more nicknames and titles that matches the Halloween, and so does the design of her model. Runie is a part of Face Connect, and she is very active on her YouTube channel, with regular streams and other type of content that can be very original, like a 1-hour video of her reading the Resident Evil book. I guess it's pretty clear that she loves these games, but apart from Resident Evil, she has more scary content that you can watch on her streams. And if you decide to join her this Halloween, she has a 3D mini live planned for the 31st of October, which can be a very fun activity for that day. We've got some more VTubers that I want to share with you, and somehow Filunie is the second bunny VTuber in the Halloween special. Bunnies are somehow evolving too fast. I never expected to see two bunnies in the spooky themed video, but Filunie matches the Halloween vibe since she is a boned bunny VTuber. Finally, not a skeleton, but someone relatively close to it. I found her some time ago through TikTok, but she also has her YouTube with reaction videos and Twitch, where she plays Genshin, Phasmophobia and some other games. Her purple bone bunny model is my favorite, but she has many more of them. A new pink bone bunny, chibi variations of her model and some others. So her streams are pretty diverse and entertaining. She revealed her Halloween costume a few days ago, and she streams at least a few times a week, so you can join her live on Twitch. For the end of the video I prepared some unique VTubers, so let's start with Runie. If you don't know him, take a look here. This ghost is one of today's VTubers. The best way I can describe him is that he is an artist with a very original concept. During his streams, the girl is reading the messages using the TTS voiceover, and this way Runie communicates with his audience and makes some amazing art. I recommend that you check his TikTok or Instagram, since the way he presents his works is unique and fun. His ghost model matches the topic, but many of his artworks also match the theme of Halloween. If you are interested in his art, you can join him on Twitch, where he streams his drawing process, or check some of his animations on YouTube. And for the final part of the video, I left the VTuber with one of the best background behind the design. Misspeggy is once again one of the best VTubers for the Halloween. She is a horror and retro VTuber, so both the games and design of her channel are matching the vibes perfectly. I love the background of her streams, with so many references to games, movies and other things, and you may think, cool, a nice horror vampire VTuber. Wrong. As I said earlier, Peggy has one of the most unique stories for her model. She is a dark soul, but if you are not from Sweden, you probably have no idea who is that. Dark souls are mythological creatures that were parts of stories and legends. Now they are mascots of a town, and apparently one of them decided to be a VTuber. This creature kinda reminds of a cat, but in my case it looks like one of my chinchillas. This is so far the most interesting and original VTuber designs that I've ever seen. If you like it as well, you can join Misspeggy on her Twitch, and in the comments you can share your thoughts on why she has such a nickname. I hope you enjoyed this video and found some new and interesting VTubers for yourself. This was the first part of series where I hope we'll explore different VTubers, and so far it was really interesting for me. I think if we continue this way, we'll find even more interesting and unique VTubers. So if you have some ideas for the next topic, you can share them in the comments. As for today, thank you for watching and see you.